So let's start on our backs in a symmetrical, relaxed position. You can spread out and then settle into the floor. And that can be a process of unwinding, letting go of what you've been holding. So each exhale is another opportunity to let go a little bit more. Setting aside the busyness of your life. And just drop into the simplicity of feeling what's right here, right now. And as often as you need to, you can rest, you can take a moment to recenter. If you notice that you've checked out or overthinking, just the moment that you notice you're back, able to tune in again. What's happening in your body in this moment, in this pose, whatever pose it happens to be. And you can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. Let's begin by sliding arms overhead, stretching out long through your arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. And then interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release and bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in. Releasing deep into your hip crease. You might give a little jiggle. And then straighten this leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. And then release, bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the left leg. Keeping the back of the neck long by dropping the chin. And then release, bend your knee and bring it all the way across for a spinal twist. Open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then grab hold of just your left knee. Drop your right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close. Straighten this leg up towards the ceiling. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way, a couple times the other way. And then release, bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the left, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Exploring your limits, your edges, being respectful of how that is for you right now. Might be different than the last time you were on your mat. It's okay. Bend your knee and bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then straighten your left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal, fingers and toes reaching away from one another. And then release, roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock. And let's drop the feet to the floor, getting set up for a little bit of core work. Start by engaging your core, drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. We'll interlace fingers behind the head, and then exhale, lift the head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down, up and down. 2 more like this. Last one. And then release. Let's bring the right knee in and the left elbow across. And then stretch the right leg really long. Bring it back in. Stretch it long. Keep going on this side. Keep the belly pulling in strongly the whole time. In, stretch long. 1 more. And then release and switch. Left knee in, right elbow across. And then stretch long. Knee in, stretch long. In, reach long. In and long. 1 more. And then release. Take both legs up in the air. We're going to outwardly rotate the legs and then bring one leg in front of the other and then switch back and forth quickly as you can as you slowly lower your legs towards the floor. Once it's difficult to keep the lower back on the floor, head back up and we'll lift and lower a few times. Quickly switching, slowly lowering and lifting, keeping the belly pulled in. Can you relax your face? Keep breath steady. One more, lower and lift. And then release. Bring your knees in, another little rock or circle. And let's make our way up to sitting and all the way into a high push-up position. Those of you working with wrist issues, you might go on to knuckles instead or forearms. Feel free to skip things that are not working for you. We're going to shift forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. And that could be low or high, cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog when you're ready. And again, down dog could be on the forearms instead, or you might do puppy dog on the knees. Explore each pose as if it were brand new. What are you noticing here? Use what you've learned to take good care of yourself, apply what you know already, but still be curious. Let's drop the knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor, letting go. And please rest whenever you need to. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. We'll come up through table, back through down dog, and then walk your hands and feet towards one another. Let's hang in ragdoll. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You can take any movement, maybe a little sway or shake out. And then bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. You can step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart, hands together at the heart. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Please take the time you need. And then rest in the shape that works for you. Could be down dog, child's pose, sitting, dolphin, puppy dog, any neutral shape. 5 slow deep breaths. Last one here. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. This time from down dog, let's take the right leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. You could also do this on the forearms or on hands and knees. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Each inhale, more space, length, expansion. Each exhale, more grounding, more ease. One more breath here. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square. With the upper body letting go. Like ragdoll, let your head hang, let the neck release. Last breath here. Big step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Engaging what's useful, softening and releasing what's not needed. Last breath. Release. Hands to the floor. Make your way back to down dog. Same thing other side. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Slow as you need. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Deep breathing here. Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. Let your head release. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest, which could be any neutral shape. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Still very much alert, awake, deep breathing, but for a few moments, nothing to do. Last breath here. Let's come through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale, over for a side bend. Left arm can provide a little support. Big yawning reach. Reach a little further out to come up. And release down. Same thing, other side. Big stretch. Reach a little further out to come up. And release down. Let's interlace fingers. Press out through the palms, and then take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. Rise up onto your toes. Could be just a slight lift of the heels or coming all the way up. Can you relax your face even while you might be wobbling or falling? Imagine you could keep your head where it is as you lower your heels, so you grow a little longer as the heels come down. And then unlink fingers, push out through the palms strongly, pull your fingers back towards you. Curl from fingertips down, pull the knuckles in as strong as you can, but really reaching out. And then a few big wrist circles. A few times one way, a few times the other way. And then bend the knees and let's come into chair. Utkatasana, hips low, head high. Lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. Keep dropping the shoulders. Drawing the belly in, protecting the back. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's come into warrior three. Shift forward and find your balance. You're welcome to keep your torso high and your leg low. You can tip further forward, but make sure the torso and back legs stay connected. Straight, long line. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one, just one breath. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. Same thing other side. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. Last breath here. Step back, warrior one. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. And then letting go of all of that. Come into a shape that allows you to come back to ease. Last deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath, come in. Step right back to warrior one. And then we'll open out. Warrior two. Take your time adjusting, settling in. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Reverse warrior two. Big side stretch. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. Pull back up to standing. Come through warrior two and into extended side angle. Forearm to thigh. Rotate the top arm and take it overhead so there's a long diagonal through the whole left side. Fingertips connected to the outer edge of the left foot. If there's a different variation of this you would prefer to take, you are welcome. You could take a bind, you could take the bottom hand to the floor. Finding what feels right for you right now, feeling where you are. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor, make your way to down dog through any movement transition, using your transition to take good care of yourself, to integrate what you've just done. Same thing other side when you're ready. Left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back. Warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. Can you find lightness, expansion, as well as groundedness, ease? Pull back up to standing. Bend the front knee, warrior two into extended side angle. Top arm rotates as it comes overhead, so your palm faces down or even slightly back behind you, helping to drop that right shoulder. If there was a different variation you took on the other side, feel free to do that again. One more breath here. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest, letting go of all of that. Come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. So let's take a few balancing poses. We'll get settled on 2 feet. Feel your feet into the floor. You might bend your knees, kind of shift your weight side to side to wake up the soles of the feet. Feel grounded. And then we'll move over to one leg, bringing the right leg up for tree, vrikshasana, as high as you can, as low as you need, anywhere above or below your knee. Arms can be out to the side to steady you. You're also welcome to use a piece of furniture or a wall. You could bring hands together or arms up. If you start to lose it, you can always come back to something more stabilizing. Can you stand even taller? Relax even more. Let's release. Shake that out. Anytime you're losing it on one foot, take a moment to feel both feet and then slowly shift again. So we'll go to the left this time, or bring the left leg up this time. Wobbling and falling are necessary parts of a balance practice. See if you can greet them equanimously. So the point isn't not to fall. Let your goal be ease, acceptance, openness while you're doing whatever you're doing, which might be wobbling and falling. Let's release that side, shake that out. We'll take a quad stretch balance next. Right leg comes back, grab hold of your foot, other arm can be out or at your foot, or again at a piece of furniture or a wall. If for some reason this is not working for you today, any other balance, you can do tree again or something else. If you are doing this quad stretch, be mindful that the pelvis is neutral. Notice if your hips start tipping back. See if you can drop the tail, lift through the belly. Release. Shake that out. Get settled on 2 feet before moving over to the other side. Do so when you're ready. Left leg comes back. Drop the tail, lift the belly. And then release. Shake that out. Let's bring feet hip width apart, hands to the top of the buttocks. Roll your shoulders back, your elbows back, and then lift the chest. So you're not collapsing into the hands, but lifting up like a helium balloon in the chest is going to float up to the ceiling. And then release, fold forward. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. If you're able, grab your big toes with the first 2 finger and thumb. Get a good grip, lengthen, and then fold, pulling your head towards the floor, tractioning out your spine. In a moment, we'll make our way back to down dog. If you want to get in a quick crow pose, you're welcome to. You could also just simply step back or take a vinyasa to get back. Just feeling what you are choosing to do, whatever that is. Eventually finding your way back to down dog, and we'll get set up for a pigeon pose. Right side, slide the right knee forward. Scoot back through the left leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go and see if any support is useful for you today. You might put a little something under the right hip, under your chest or forehead. Letting go towards the floor, letting the weight of your body settle. And keep relaxing your jaw, relaxing the muscles around your eyes, the neck, shoulders. Let's release and make our way to the other side. So you can bring the upper body back up. If you do have something under your right hip in your way, slide it out of your way. You can lean to the right, swing the back leg around to the front, and then lean over onto the left and send the right leg back. You may need to do a little adjusting to get the angle right, set up your props. And then continue to let go. Each pose is stirring up a whole new situation. And then we can practice accessing ease in a variety of situations. When it's intense, when it's subtle, when it's familiar, when it's unfamiliar, when it's stimulating, when it's boring. So whatever combination is here for you, is it possible to open up and feel it? And allow what's here to be here. Let's take our time releasing. You can bring the upper body back up. If you do have something under your left hip, move it out of your way so that you can lean to the left. This time, bring your right foot to the outside of the left knee, getting set up for a seated spinal twist. For some bodies, this works better with the bottom leg straight. Feel free to try that and see if that works better for you. Sitting upright, nice and tall, bring your right hand to the floor behind you. Left arm will either hug or hook to the outside of the knee. Each inhale, sit taller. Each exhale, rotate more, looking over your right shoulder. And keep going. What's possible here? One more breath. Let's release, unwind and switch. Other leg on top. Bottom leg can be straight or bent. Left hand to the floor behind you. Right arm hugs or hooks. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. You could imagine a continual spiral up the spine, going to the left, going right to your limit. One more breath here. Release. Unwind. Little windshield wiper side to side. And then let's bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. You can grab your toes or your ankles with that grip Lengthen and fold. Elbows might push into the legs to help open them, or if it works better for you to support yourself on your hands or elbows. Customize the pose. I think sometimes yoga is taught, even maybe unconsciously, under the context of preserving a tradition. Many times martial arts are taught in that way. Some forms of movement are taught in that way. But I can't imagine that the people that made this up have the exact same body as any of us. So letting this be an evolving practice, working with the wisdom of those teachers that have come before us, but really be open to doing each of these poses in a very different way that works for this unique body as I discover that. Let's release, come up, keep the right leg where it is, open the left leg out to the side for gate pose, parigasana, side bend. Bring the right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of your straight leg. Try and keep the torso open to the front, so if it starts curving towards the floor, keep opening it up. Both shoulders away from the ears. Let your head fall towards the floor and then take your top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. Keep your head hanging as you press into the bottom hand to come up. You can use that hand to lift your head so you stay nice and relaxed, and then switch the legs. Left arm up and over, big yawning reach. Let your head fall towards the floor. Take the top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down. Press into the bottom hand, come up. Use that hand to lift your head. Let's open both legs wide, Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. You're welcome to do this sitting upright the whole time, using your hands for support, or folding forward any amount. It might be just the slightest tilt forward. Some of you might come all the way to the floor, or anywhere in between. Going towards length, towards folding, meeting your edge, and then playing there, being willing at any moment to back out a little or go a little deeper. Let's bring the upper body back up. Lean back, draw the legs in, give them a little shake out. And let's come back onto our backs. You can bring your knees to your chest. Maybe a little circle or rock with your knees. And just check in with your body. We are winding things down. How would you like to do that? There's time for couple last poses. Do you want to take a back bend, an inversion, a restorative pose, anything or nothing. Doesn't even have to be a yoga pose. Could be just wiggling around a little or some self-massage. Whatever you're choosing, feeling that. Each time you finish something, you can again ask, what's needed now? Continuing that process until nothing else is needed. And then you can start to get ready for Shavasana in whatever way you need to. Adjusting your clothing, grabbing props. And there's no rush. Take the time you need for whatever you're doing, whether it's a pose or setting up your super cozy Shavasana. Eventually, settle into stillness. When you do come into Shavasana, you can let go of the control of your breath. You can let go of trying to do anything. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.